Hey guys, Thomas from Team Sakurazo here, come at you with another Yu-Gi-Oh! Market Watch for November. And before we get into it, I got a little bit of important news. So first for the giveaway. I will announce that probably in the next 3-4 days because I'm doing a 5 cards having a trade binder. Most likely tomorrow, if not the day after, but probably tomorrow. And then after that, I'm doing a Market Watch where I will announce the giveaway winners in the beginning of the video. If you do win, remember, have a Twitter to contact me through there. And yeah, it'll be the beginning of the video. It'll be like giveaway winners announced, Yu-Gi-Oh! Market Watch, all that. Just so you guys know for a lot of those who have entered the giveaway. And if you still want to enter the giveaway, there is time. I think we got about 40-ish contestants. And there's going to be two winners for an Ultimate Hayata and then a Moonlit Chill, right? So if you don't win the Hayata, you could still win the Moonlit Chill. I want to have two winners because we hit 800 and then 3 days later we were at 900 and I didn't want to skip over a milestone like that, so I want to give two different types of prizes, which I think you guys really like. Also, my Legendary Collection 3 Yugi's World came out. I got 45 likes on a video, so I uploaded that because you guys know whenever I hit a like goal, I give you guys some goodies. You guys really liked that video, so I'm very happy with that. I made a small mistake. I thought it was first edition, and it was unlimited. So you might actually see a lot of the stuff like that on my store, which is linked in the description below. It'll be updated in about a couple days, but there's still a lot of good stuff there if you want to buy from there. We are going to ship internationally probably at the beginning of next year. We're just like working on it, and I do apologize because I know that someone had a little issue with it because shipping for I think I forgot what it was, like an $8 playset was gonna be a lot because shipping to Canada is a lot if you're shipping from the United States. So I do apologize if you were a subscriber and you had a little bit of a bad experience or something happened. I really do apologize. I'm working on international selling as best as I can. I'm working with someone to help manage my store as well. It's my girlfriend actually. So yeah, which by the way, I actually showed her the warm comments you guys gave on the Phantom Rage case opening. She liked it, so she might be on future video and all that, which I guess you guys would like. I think it's pretty cool. Definitely the next Blazing Vortex case opening. And before we get into this Market Watch, I'm going to say a very quick story about the first series I was originally going to be on the channel. Now, the series I've chosen to adapt those 5 cards to have in X series. For example, 5 cards that get in maximum gold. And I'm going to do that probably for the next couple sets. Unless I don't find 5 cards, because I'm not going to force like 2 or 3 bad cards on you guys. I don't like doing that. If you guys don't see a 5 card savvy trade binder first set either, I felt like skipping over it, or most likely there just wasn't a good solid 5 cards I thought that were good investments. For the maximum gold, you guys really did like that. I do think there was not like a mistake, but I told people to buy drone lockbirds at $3.50, and then an hour and a half later, they were about about $9, $10. So they were. I usually always do check prices before a video goes up to make sure everything's okay. So if I have to edit something, it's there. It just got bought out within an hour, hour and a half. So I guess people really do like to listen to me now since I have, close to 1,000 subscribers. I'm not trying to be cocky or nothing, but make sure you hit the bell icon so you get the news fast so you can pick up on the great investments. Uh, since I've been talking for all, I'm actually going to save the series I was going to do for the end of the video. But like usual, guys, if you guys want me to go over any cards in the Mark Watch, let me know in the comment section below. I love looking at what you guys want me to look over, and I love answering your questions. Also, if you can leave a like and subscribe, that'd be great. And if you're buying cards off TCG Player, please use my affiliate link down in the description below. Helps out the channel to no additional cost to you. And a lot of you have been using it, and I just want to say I really appreciate that because this is going to go into more openings. This is going to go, well, first things first, I'm going to actually get a mic. That's what I've decided. Maybe get something else for the channel after that, but I'm just going to focus on step one. And if, maybe in the future, I'm actually going to add to the giveaways, definitely. So I just want to say thank you to that support. You guys know I don't really plan on doing this for a living, obviously, duh, it's YouTube. But it's always nice to have a little extra money to put into the channel. And I do love how you guys actually remember to use affiliate codes. And you guys chose to use mine over other YouTubers. So I just do really want to say I really appreciate every cent. And honestly, even if you don't use my affiliate code, just being here and commenting, I love reading your comments. You guys know I always comment and all that. Sorry if I'm going on a bit of a rant here. I felt a little sentimental and all that today because I did notice the accomplishments I made this year. I was looking back on it today. So, sorry for the long intro, I'm just gonna get right into the market watch. So Ultimate Rare Veiler and then Ultimate Rare DD Crow. Someone asked me to go over these. You have a light plays for about 120, near mints for 150, and then how much are first editions? Got a mod play first set for 175, first ed light play 260. How about first ed near mint? About $290. I remember I could have got a play set for about 350 bucks for first ed near mints, except one was a light play. Really should have pulled the trigger on that, but it was back. It was about a year ago, roughly. I think about maybe when I was in January, February, and I remember it was like a couple weeks before tournaments started ending. Would I pick this up over Starlight Veiler? Honestly, I would, because not only is it a lot easier to get, but for Starlight Veiler, it's about $500-ish to get a playset of this instead of a playset of Starlights. This is way cheaper, and to me, it looks a lot nicer. And it's a lot older. Eternity Code, it's old. It's a little older, but it's not as old as something like Duelist Revolution, right? And these cards are going to continue to go up because there is a market for these old Ultimate Rares, especially hand traps like Veiler that have had such an impact on the game. Would I pick them up? I mean, they could only go up from here, but they are a lot of money. So if you're okay with dropping that amount of money to save for the future or just to have for yourself, I'd say go do it. But definitely be a little bit wary. This is a lot of money to drop on, just one playset of cards. Ultimate DD Crow. Oh, man, I remember when this spiked, but lightly plates were 70. First near mints. Let's look at this. 230 and then 250 for near mint. That's quite a bit. However, what I actually want to highlight really quickly is the Starlight Rare. Because while I think you should get Ultimate Rare Veilers if possible over the Starlight Rare Veilers, for DD Crow, I actually think the opposite. I think you'd rather get Starlight Rares. Because Starlight Rares, first at near mint, 350. These were dipping to a little bit below 300 couple weeks ago. So if you could get them for cheaper, that's actually pretty good, because I believe that this is a way better version of DD Crow. It looks a lot better to me. And a lot of players are gonna hover towards this instead of the ultimate rares. Especially since a lot of players who wanted ulti DD Crows have them. I think you should rather get the Starlight of DD Crow rather than the ultimate rare. But there's also dual terminal versions of DD Crow. I think those are actually pretty good too. We're actually gonna take a quick look at that. DD Crows. Alright, because there's a lot of versions of DD Crow. Dual Terminal 5. I heard there was a buyout of this, and this was like $40, $50, $60, I think like 3 months ago. Lightly Plays are $4, and then near mints are about 4 or 5. This tanked. It's one of the only good cards out of Dual Terminal 5. Like, there's some good cards, but it's definitely the weakest Dual Terminal, in my opinion. But, yeah, DD Crow, definitely I would hover towards the DTs if you want a good, cheaper investment, since these did go to the moon. But speed duels are pretty cute too. Constellar Ptolemy M7. This got bought out. $40 for DT, then 47. Got 3 copies here. Sorry guys about that. Allergies are pretty bad. But yeah, $47. It's pretty awful. If you got these while you can, that's great. But if you do want this card, go check out your local card shops. I tell this like every market watch or two. But card shops, a lot of them don't update their prices. So they'll actually, you might have DTM 7s for like $18. That's like what, 40, about what, like 45%, a little less than 50. That's pretty good. And M7 is a card that's always going to stick around, especially with the new Constellar support. We're actually going to look at all versions here though. See the other ones that have been. Wow. Okay. I mean, DT40 is something I could understand. This is an old DT card. Highest rarity. This, though, $50? First 10 near mint, and then it goes up to 160. This is not worth it in the slightest. If you have this, sell it for whatever you can, because it is going to crash like a rock. Alright? Like a rock from the overpass. That is ridiculous. Look, you could get dual sagas for $1, right? $50, this is just, that's a horrible buyout. This will not stick, mark my words. Plus, why would you rather have first endearment for 50 or the DT for $40? This is a horrible buyout. What I don't know why that got bought out of all times now. So if you guys know, let me know in the comments section. But Tongue Twister, Gladiator's Assault. You got first ed light plays for 14. Then you got first ed near mints. One for 275. No one's paying that. But hey, if you want to get a playset, might not be too bad because this is a first edition from Gladiator's Assault, and we know how hard Gladiator's Assault is to get. In fact, for 1,000 subscribers, I was actually thinking about getting some first ed Gladiator Assault packs. I know a place where it is not, and I repeat, not Wade. So they are a lot of money though, and they have I think about 10, 12. But I thought that maybe it's something you guys would enjoy. So if I read 1,000 subs, what do you guys think of that? Some Gladiators Assault, maybe some Tachyon Galaxy First Edition because that went up to the roof. But yeah, if you want this, if this card was tribute summoned when this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, draw 2 cards and remove this from play. If it only was sent from the field to the graveyard, this card actually probably would be good. But it's not. It has to be tributed. So, kind of a big oof. I mean, you could do something like cheeky. What level is this? 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's 6. Oh, so I mean, you could Monarch's Erupt it, tribute one of your opponent's monsters, and then start, extending and all that, and then you just link some of this off, and then you get to draw 2. So that is very situational, but something cute you could do with the card. Just something off the top of my head. First light plays are 14. Since there's not many copies, I would grab 1 or 2 just to sell off later. It's not like this card's really good, but I mean, if that's the cheesiest thing I could come up with on top of my head. X-Saber Gotham's from 2009 Collector's Tin. This got bought out. Lightly plates here. That I don't know why you would put $5 shipping and then have it for 71 cents. That just doesn't make sense to me, but teach their own. $8 for lightly plates. Near mints are 10s. I mean, it isn't from an old 2019. We are now approaching the end of 2020. And this is actually a pretty good card to have in a tin, right? Since it's about 11 years old, people actually like it. We're going to view all versions. I do have the Ultimate Rare pulled up, though, so we're going to look at that last. We're going to look at Ancient Prophecy Gotham's here. First I lightly played for $6, but reality 11. And then first I near mint for about $13, right? I don't know what's with these X-Saber buyouts, but hey, if you want one, now's your chance. First ed lightly played, first ed near mint, first ed. Oh, there's no first ed lightly played. Pretty cheap right now. The shipping's gonna kill you a bit, but it is what it is. But now we're gonna look at ultimate rares. Now I want to see how crazy this is. So we have first ed lightly played for 40. That's actually okay. I'm okay with that. That makes sense. How much is the first ed near mint? 85, then going up to 90. That's a little much, but first ed lightly played for 40. I'm okay with that. Why this card's getting a buyout, I don't know, but I do wish that X-Sabers would get support. They were in the Creator card, and they lost the Photons. Photons basically destroyed most decks that were actually supposed to get support. Way more than Photons, since Photons, after the card, Creator card project, actually got a new card announced, so what was the point of even putting them there? But that's just me being absolutely angry, because I hate Photons. I do like them in the anime, and I actually like the, I think it was Kite. I actually do like him. Pretty cool. Wind Dragon of Ra goes here. Someone want me to look over this. It has been a while. If this dipped under 250, I said it might be good to get. Then I said it was going to dip under 200. Everyone doubted me. Look here. And that's not just one copy. You got lightly played, which most of them come out lightly played. 180. First in your minutes, 185. And you got a bunch here. This is dropping, and we have, what, 5 pages here? 7 pages? Yeah, this card isn't really going to get bought out anytime soon. If this card drops, I'm not going to say if it drops below 150, buy it out. But 170 for a Ghost Rare Raw, this is something that is actually worth getting right now. If you find someone with it, offer them $150, they'll most likely take it, right? Because that's a very good price to get. If they want to let it go for cheaper, like maybe 130, you want to try a little lower, you can, up to you. But if you can find this, offer 150, I definitely grab it. But 176 is not bad. In fact, I was gonna treat myself to a Tribe Brigade Starlight rare. But I ended up giving my girl some money for not ladies night out, but she likes gambling all that. She's been a good woman. She's been helping with the store a lot, and I like to make sure that my girl's happy. So I gave a little money to her, but the rest of it, the money that I have, just for myself. Because I don't really want as much possessions now. Gonna pick up a Ghost Raw maybe. Find a guy who has it. But yeah, Divine Arsenal A Zeus Starlight Rare. Someone want me to go over this. Also, like I said, very good pickup. Just to, in case I did not say that. But Starlight Rare Arsenals, 305, then 310. This is very cheap for some reason, and I'm not really too sure why. Uh, 1 second, guys. Sorry. Allergies, guys. Really, really sorry about that. But 300 for a Starlight, that's actually really good. I'm very shocked to actually see it this low. I mean, any XYZ deck that can make this basically has I can blow up. I could send all other cards from the field to the graveyard. Not even blow up the whole field. Send, not destroy. Send all other cards from the field to graveyard. And then you can attach a card from your hand, deck, or extra to this card as a material. So you want to attach Herald to get a search, you could do that. You want to attach a pop from the extra deck, you could do that. Something from the deck that make it in the graveyard, that's great as well. You could, it's just so versatile that's not even funny. This card for $300 as a Starlight Rare, if you want to pick up Starlight Rare from Phantom Rage, this is the best Starlight Rare, especially for the competitive scene. If you want a Zeus and you want a Starlight Rare, I think $300 for a Starlight Rare is a very good deal for this. Yeah, if you can find someone to offer 250, that's good as well. Rainbow Dragon Chaos Neos misprint. 55,000 buccarinos. Then we approach 70,000. Nobody is paying this price. I imagine if I actually pull one of these from the place I went. I actually pull one of these. I could literally like double my stocks. I can literally not even put a house payment, but I could literally. I don't even know what I could do. I could pay all, any type of medical bills. I can easily get in place for me and my girlfriend. Put money aside for the future stocks. Man, imagine pulling this card and just eat like honestly, as bad as I'd see, if I had this card and someone offered me like 35,000 for it, I actually would take it. 35,000 is way too much money to be sitting on for one Yu-Gi-Oh card, in my opinion. But wow. By the way, shoutouts to Best of Brooklyn, 6969. Oh man, 69 420 69 with Fraser's cards. I love that. It's a placeholder, but they're having some fun. Vision Hero Adoration from Generation Force. First I played for $11. That's actually really good. And then first in your mints. Uh, where's the first in your mint? $15. I mean, paid for about 11. Not bad. This isn't a bad card since it's just two hero monsters. Turn one face-up card your opponent controls and one face-up hero monster you control. Except this card. The opponent's monster loses attack and defense equal to attack of target monster until the end phase. It's just a hero card that looks cool. Kind of reminds me of Eraser from a Boku no Hero, if any of you guys watched that. But it's an okay card. Would I invest into it? Not really. But it is an old first edition OG hero card, so it exists. Miracle Contact, on the other hand, I heard this got bought out. $20. I think I have a cheaper version on the store right now. Or at least I should. So if you want a cheaper copy, go for it. But $17. I mean, it is an old secret from Return of the Duelist. But even the ultra rare from Battles of Legend Light's Revenge is $4. And they got rare here for like 17 cents. So that's cute. But most people would rather have the hollow version. This is a cool looking card. I'll say that. Hobby League 6. So someone want me to go over Hobby League 5 and 6. I'm just going to go over 6. I'll go over 5 in the next video. Rota's lightly played for 21. A bunch of older players are stocking on this card. I have my sources saying that there's a lot of people hoarding this card, right? You got lightly played for 21s, and then you kind of go into the damage mods, all that. Near mid's 29. So, hey, if you want some cheap light play copies, you do have a little bit of a window here. Would I get them? Yeah, I actually would. Probably the highest rarity of Rhoda. I actually imagine if this came in an ultimate rare. That would be pretty dope. An ultimate rare Rhoda as like a legacy card. I think that'd be pretty sick. Read Nobleman a cross out. This is a GOAT format staple. Near mint's $24. I'm actually not shocked at this at all. I mean, you guys have to remember this is probably the highest rarity for GOAT format, and players love high rarity GOAT format more than they probably do their own family. You got Dark Beginnings, Super Rares, Pharaoh Servants, DTs at 8. Like, a lot of people like this card for old format. I actually really do as well. I actually have Pharaoh Servant Super Rares. We're going to look at that actually. $2, not really anything, but it was just a card I liked, so I didn't really get for money value, but if I did, I definitely chose the wrong version. Call the Haunteds. Let's see how much these are. 12 listings. 26, 15s. 15s and they go up to 20s. That's disgusting. Man, I remember when people hated Hobby Leagues. $14 for her. 8 listings. Oh my god. So I don't know what's happening with Hobby League 6, but it's getting kind of bought out. Well, I played for 14 and then Yermit for 26. In fact, even a mod play for 8. That's not really that bad. I mean, playset for 24. Yermit 25. I actually would get the playset. I mean, she's more affordable than some of her other versions. Like, Jesus. But I love DDDs and Wells. $8 on you. And then Shining Angel, $8. Wow, so there's really like not that many cards in Hobby League 6. We're gonna look at one more because I haven't. I'm always curious about Heavy Storm from Hobby League. I actually got this just for free, no cap. Near mint. Well, lightly play 14. Well, that's a lot cheaper. Near mint, $20. Okay, that's not bad. Herald of the Orange Light. So word on the street, and from my sources are saying that this is gonna get bought out in the next few days. Now, it's a rumor, but I've heard from trustable people, not too many, but a few. This is gonna get bought out, and I asked why, and I didn't really get a reason, right? Now, a lot of people like the heralds, especially like all the OG Ultimate heralds, because Herald of Green Light, Purple Light, all that were all Ultimate rares, and this was the only one missing until OTS Tournament Pack 7. This was a $7 card, and it got bought out before, and history does repeat itself. So $20, if you want it, go for it. And if you have these or you want to trade for them to hold on to for a little bit, like you could get them in the next day or two, you could go for it. I don't know if it's going to get bought out or why, but when your opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect, you can send this card, one other fairy monster from your hand to the graveyard, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that. So, very fun fact actually. There was a Madolche build at top that played this card. Because you do have fairies in Madolche. So, do I think it's good? No, I actually thought it was really bad, believe it or not, because it was a hand trap that relied on another card in your hand. But it's not bad. I mean, it was quirky. Would I grab this? If you want to believe in the rumor or not, just be very skeptical. If you have an opportunity to grab these, especially for a little cheaper, go for it. Wait a couple weeks. Uh, Virtual World. So this got bought out. I moved the place up for 12 when there were 4s. $20. A lot of people are actually thinking this is grouping up to be a solid tier 2 deck. People are liking it like salad. I mean, we could even get an ultimate out of this. That's pretty crazy. Then you got Kyobi's 7s. Went up a little bit. That's cute. Dollars on the Phoenixes. 50 cents. I actually sold this today. A playset. Because I got a lot of playsets of the super rares from Phantom Rage on my eBay store. Just to have. But yeah. Not definitely. I'm gonna say this. This core's cheap, right? People are saying, "Oh, virtual worlds are now worth money." You had a lot you had some time to get this, right? There are players who got these for like $4 or $5, and then they got their Kyobis, right? And then they got everything else. They got the core for maybe $30 or less. Now the core was, when I remember when these were like 12, 13 a pop. Now they're 20. Now that we're at like max hype for this, $60, about 73, 74. Core's still going to cost you about 75. So for a core for a deck that could compete in the meta, $75, and then you just use cards you probably already have, like $1 for calamities. Very good. So if you want it, you could go get it, but I definitely think this is going to go down. So if you're not in a hurry, especially because there's no events going on, and at least where I'm from, they're thinking about going into another lockdown. So even the places that have locals, which I don't want to get into, oh, should places have locals or not? I don't really care. They're going to definitely get shut down. So definitely wait a little while. So I want to talk about something. First of all, 14 bucks on ultras. That's actually really good. I want to talk about something about evenly matched. I got a comment from, I forgot who, but I always see him on the videos. Really good guy, actually. Has some really good opinions. I actually love reading your comment every single time if you're reading this. He told me that, hey, think about this. What's in the Iceberry structure deck, they're going to replace the new, cross out card for evenly matched. And this is where we're going to get evenly matched. Think about it. And I said, huh. Well, they do want to sell it. And I believe they know how disappointing the Charmer structure deck is a little bit, right? And I definitely know that Konami has wind of evenly not being there. They specifically took it out for a reason. Could they put this in the structure deck? Honestly, where else can they put this? Unless this card's just not going to get a reprint. Even though it desperately needs it. Because, it's been a while. Last reprint we got was in 2018 with, I believe, Dual Power. Definitely not Dual Overload. I believe it was Dual Power. Yeah, Dual Power. So, we've been, oh my god. Because I think Dual Power released in March. 2.5 years without a reprint of Evenly Matched. They're definitely gonna put it somewhere. Could they put in the structure deck? Maybe. Who knows? Definitely a good thing to think about. So maximum goals. Someone asked me, should I pick up cards now? Yes. If you want something, unless it's like Blue Eyes, which could chill a bit, go for it. And Emperor's 20. If you want them, go for it. Dark Magician's 14. I told people, hey, this will follow with Blue Eyes. If you want them for $8, go for it. I have another investment that's going to happen my 5 cards in my trade binder here. Eldritch's 12. If you want them, go grab it. Ashes, grab them. Grab them. $8 for Nibiru, good. $7 for a Duster, that's not bad. Right? You want some of these singles, go grab them. 5, not bad. Drolls, 6s. Apollosis for $5. These were 4s earlier. Utter steals. Dragon Maids at 3, grab them. Like, don't grab this. This is ugly. But if you really just need a version of play, go for it. Like, grab $2, grab them. Like, so many good investments in this set, right? Very, very cheap. Toads for free money. Actually, they're printing actual money in this set. You pull this, you get some actual money. Not even Toads. Twos, Alstars are never that cheap, except for now. Grab it. $1 on Polys. $1 for Judge. Just so good. The set is so, so good for single investments. Like, I can't even single out a few cards, right? $2-3 on Rampengu. I mean, cute penguin. Okay. Injector Sword Zictaliber. We actually have these, believe it or not. Lightly Plates for 15. Yeah, like 13. Not bad. And then we have First Lightly Plates for 17. Okay. First and Near Mints for $22. This card has not really moved. Then hurry up to 23. I mean, we're getting Injector support. When it gets announced, if it's good, this will go up. So if you do want your Injector stuff, you could at least grab that. This will probably get a reprint, but you have cheap copies here for about $5, so not bad. First and Near Mint, Lightly Played, it's about 7. First and Near Mint, it's about 7. Okay, that's alright. Still no reprint, though, on Injector Hornet. Dark Magician Girl on Magician's Force. I don't want to go through garbage copies here. Lightly Played, 180. Why? Because this card, if I remember, you could, because a lot of the legacy cards are getting reprinted. Magician's Force is a pack that you could get in like a lot of because they're trying to put like Invasion, Chaos, all this other stuff. Unless Magician's Force just avoided that completely, right? But that seems like a lot for an unlimited, like because you could pull this from like Walmart for. Obviously, it's a little different from the original unlimited near mints from the original pack, but it's still not bad. You could pull that. It's worth this much. That's kind of crazy, huh? First and a grand, one whole Granderino, then 2,000. Let's not go there, fam. Oh man, I gotta wipe my eyes. Oh, that's gonna make me more allergic, cause that's just. I'm allergic to bullshit, guys, a little bit, so I'm sorry about that. Oh man, what the? Oh, guys, I know it's Dark Magician Girl, but calm the hell down, all right? 86 on the Nibiru's. Super Poly's at. Well, that's a heavy plate. How much is this actually? $60. This set is dropping quite a bit, and then you got Toon Kingdoms at 30. Well, 35. Wow, that is extremely cheap. Threes. This is still, I think, the most expensive card in Dual Avatars. Threes on Parallaxade, very good. My boy at $2. Still don't have mine, by the way. I don't know why. Twos, very good reprint here. $3. A lot of the commons are worth more than the supers, but in a good way. Dollar. This card's always $1 or $2. It never knows what it wants to be. Oh, sorry. Never knows what it wants to be, which, I mean, it is what it is. Thorns, which I think you guys should pick up. Yeah, a lot of this set's pretty good, honestly. Gamma, I want to look at all Gamma stuff, but near mints, 93. First edition, 150. A place I actually do want to play set Gamma because I think it's a good high rarity hand trap that could reach stuff like Starlight Rare, Crow, but this is a better hand trap to pick up. Like, if you thought about picking up Starlight Rare Crows, I'd rather just pick up First Set Collector Rare Gammas. I just think it's going to be worth a lot more in the long run, in my personal opinion. Toon Blackluster Soldier, some of you look over 2 cards. First Set for 13, that's cheap. That's actually a pretty good investment. Toon Kingdom, first set near mids for 20. Remember these were like $100-ish dollars. I still think secret rares for 20s are pretty good. I would just rather put the money in the ultimate rare. Toon Page Flip, near mids for 27. I don't tell people to really go for collector rare unlimiteds, but that cheap, that's not bad. That's just for personal have fun play. First set near mints, $56. That is a big gap between first set. Well, see a first set I play here for 48. That's okay, but 26s on unlimited. That's very cheap. Original page flips about 11. I mean, if you like the collectors rare unlimited, you want to pay like $15 for another. It's not bad. I mean, they crashed hard, but there's still something fun to play with. So if you want Toon page flips, if you just want them to play and just have fun with cheapest versions, first editions for about 11s. But I would just get the collector rare unlimiteds for 26. Bookmark, I actually have a first set of these. Let's see how much a first set is. 52. Huh, so about the same thing. I actually have this. I'm going to forget about it for a couple years and then revisit it. It is a good card, right? Yeah, basically, yeah, Toon World or one card that specifically lists Toon World and its text from your deck to your hand. If a Toon World you control would be destroyed by card effect, you can banish this card from the graveyard instead. So it's not a bad card. Offer something in the graveyard. Near mids for 30. Yeah, it's not bad, but regular ones about lightly played for about 13. First eds lightly played for 14. 15 bucks. Yeah, just spend the extra 15 for unlimited collectors, right? It's just gonna be worth way more in the long run. Dark Lord Zerato. This card sucks. It was supposed to be like the what was that card called? Arc Lord Christia. Yeah. 4 more dark monsters with different names in your graveyard. You contribute this card by tributing only 1 dark monster, so doesn't extend itself. You have to tribute it. You can send 1 dark monster from your hand to the graveyard to destroy all the monsters your opponent controls. You activate this effect, destroy this card during the end phase of this turn. Kinda sucks. Yeah, I'm at 15. First eds are how much? Lightly played for 34, and then near mints for about first and near mints $50. Ugh. I mean, it is from Phantom Darkness, but this card does suck. A lot of people actually don't like it as much. I know some collectors, they don't really bother with this card for some reason, so if you want to invest in it, go for it, but I personally wouldn't. There's also other versions here. Also, if you stuck around this far in the market watch, I do appreciate it. A lot of people don't actually stick around this much, so if you did, I just want to say thank you. Also, hopefully you left a like. If this video gets like 30, 35 likes, I'll do another market watch. Uh, yeah, I'll do another market watch tomorrow, and then I'll have another 5 cards every trade buyer. So I'll probably have like a double upload within these 2 days, most likely. So 35 likes, I'll probably do that. Gold rares, $2. Because we've been doing the giveaway for about 9 days. So I said 7 to 10 days. So I could call it whenever really. So I'll call it a little earlier. $8, 250. If you want it, I mean it's there. I mean it's from Gold Series 4, but this is just a card that nobody really wants. Swap Frog Ultras, first set 70 cents. That's pretty good. I could see this going up in value, honestly. Get a playset, pretty good penny stonk. Swallow's Nest, Raging Battle. Tribute 1 face-up winged monster. You control special summon 1 winged beast monster from your deck with the same level as the tribute monster. Pretty good, actually. You have near mids for 8s. First eds for $9. Well, $10. It's pretty good, actually. It's using, this is using, Wing Raptors or Raid Raptors. Along with a couple other Winged Beast decks, since Tribute, you get to the graveyard, then you special summon from the deck. Very good. Actually, I want to see one thing. I need to look at a updated version, because I need to see where the cost is. Yep, you have a... I can't tell if tributing's cost on this, so let me know in the comment section below. Usually there's a parentheses, you know, problem solving card text, PS, PSCT, that's what it's called, problem solving card text. First said $1, but quickly went to 2. Definitely not a bad card to, you know, pick up, honestly. Ooh, why is this money? Wow, $2 going up to 3s on this? That's crazy. It is a good card for Harpies. I know you run it, but Crossfold Super Rares for about $7. Well, I actually have a first ed Cross Souls box sealed, actually. And it has a good Ghost Rare and Ghost Ogre for Secret Rare and a Ghost Rare. Just want to see what else this set has. I'm gonna take a little gander through this. Oop, wrong thing. My fault, guys. Also, I just got out of the shower, so if my hair's messed up, sorry about that. Let's see here. And, you know, allergies. Sometimes I wake up with, oh, why is this bought out? Real? Oh, well, I know why. I don't know why. Okay, well, glad I got mine for $50, because I could tell you, I knew it was about an $80 box, so I was very happy for getting it for 50. This might, if this hits something like 200 something, I'm selling it. That's a lot of money. Clearwing Synchro Dragon, Ghost Rare. First ed mod for 55. Okay. First ed light play for 68. Light play, well, light plays for 60. Wow, that's actually very cheap. I remember this was like $110 for first ed light play, so not bad. And then first ed near mids, 73. That's actually really good. Ooh, Italian. That looks pretty. It has some scratches on it though, so I don't know if it's near mid, but it's Italian, and that looks really good. Let's see what else. Got Ghost Ogres here, 52 listings. Got near mints for 53. How much are first editions? I think I paid actually about $50 for my first ed near mints. So first ed lightly plates 55, 56. First ed near mints are about $70. So I still have my money's worth, and I've been playing it for at least a year and a half or two. Ulti that, ulti these. They're like 12 to 14. This kind of tanked a lot in value, but I remember these were 100, by the way. Jesus. Not bad first page, though. Royal Swap Eel. This got some hype. It was like $40. This card used as a synchro material monster. All their synchro monsters must be fish type, but it is a tuner, right? That you could do with Neo Fiber, and then you could go in stuff like Ravenous. Not bad. First I like played for 255 and $3. There's better cards, but it's still a good super rare pickup if you want it. Remember, this was like 30 something dollars. So history does repeat itself. Elemental Hero Nopes. Okay. Then we're going to look over some Dark Revelations, but I just want to go over the pack right here. This looks dope. Very awesome pack art, actually. Also, remember, stick around to the end of this video. You guys are going to hear about the first series I was going to have. Right. 7 listings for DD Assailant. 450 for Light Play. Do I even want to see near mint? 634. No, thank you. I know a guy who wants to let go of one for about 500 for a near. He has a near mint. I was like, nah. Anyway, then you have Satellite Cannons here. Mod play for 63. If it's light play, that's really good. Remember, this is only 25% of this light play here, so. Near mint for 250 for English. 280. Nobody's paying these prices. Someone want me to go over this. Exceltron. I actually have a bunch of. I forgot what version it is. I think I have some Dark Revelation actually. 350. No, thank you. We're gonna quickly look because I want to know what version I have. Oh, I think I have the collector tin actually. It's a big oof, but hey, if they ever go up, I got some money. Man, this trash splash. Macrocosmos though. Oh, it's from the Japanese. Okay. I mean, okay, that makes sense. 85. Oof. If it goes to 2, might go up, but I'd rather just have the raw version. Oh my god, this is near mint for 900. Lightly played for 74. You know, that's actually really good. For $73, OG card like Guildford the Lightning. That actually, hey, if you want something, you want to take a gamble, pay this. It's lightly played. If it's near mint, that's great, right? Hopefully it's lightly played, but still, even a heavy plate for 35, that's extremely cheap. Hey, OG collectors like this. If you could get rid of the lightly played, you could at least get rid of it for 300. Heavy play for maybe like 80. That's really good, actually. Good penny stonk. Would I do it? Honestly, if you want to have some fun with it. I actually really like this card. I actually would want one for my personal collection because I actually like roids. And it's drill roid. I like to drill people, especially my girlfriend. But piercing damage. Man, that was such a bad joke. But I actually do like roids from the anime. And then you got rares. This shit's disgusting. I don't want to go over all of it. This is just too disgusting. So I'm just gonna go over here and talk about the first series I was gonna have on the channel. So when I had about 150-ish subs, I had this idea. Now something I like to do is I like to roll for cards, right? I like to have fun with it. I actually mentioned it in a Phantom Rage Market Watch like 2 weeks ago. I like to, and what rolling is basically you put cards up, you can put money up too, and you play something like called 7-Eleven, right? So let's say, I'm gonna give you an example. Let's pretend you have a $20 card, right? Let's pretend I have a Gold Series Maximum Gold Blue Eyes, right? $25, right? And you have, say, a Dark Magician, which is $14, and then you have a Eldritch the Golden Lord, right? That's about 26, 27. So something like that, about even. You could do something lower, right? Like you have, DT Crow versus an Apollo, so you guys get the point. Or like the exact same card. Point is, you put that up against each other, and then you roll, right? 7-11. So whoever gets 7 or 11, the other person gets 1 turn to either roll a 7-11, so you're even. If you get it, if you lose, it's usually best 2 out of 3. That's at least how I do it. Most people. You go to game two, you roll dice, see who goes first for the second match. Uh, and yeah, so it's basically you roll 7, other person doesn't roll 7 or 11, right? You win that at its best 2 out of 3. Winner gets the cards, obviously. You can play with autos, which I believe it's 2, 3, and 12 are auto losses. So if you roll that, you automatically lose. Your opponent gets 1 point, best of 2. And if you roll a 4, however, on the other hand, uh, you basically automatically win. Your opponent does get a rebuttal, right? So it's those 4, and then it's 7, 11 as well, right? So you roll a 7, they get to rebuttal. They either need to get 7, 11, or 4, right? So they have essentially about 25% chance, rough, mathematically, to beat that, right? You can play with autos, or you can just play the normal 7-11. I like to play the normal 7-11. Autos are just, I really like autos, but if I still want to have fun rolling, I'll play with them. It's not like I actually still win with autos pretty decent amount of time, or I just kill myself. The other person doesn't really win often. I'm usually the one in control of the game. But I was gonna have that on the channel, right? Rolling for cards, right? And I want to know in the comment section below what you guys would think of that series, and if you guys would like it. I can't do it. Now the reason I can't do it is because it's against what's called the YouTube TOS to have gambling. Right, and they got really, really hard on it with the whole CS:GO scandal with like T Martin. If you guys don't know about that, but basically it was gambling CS:GO skins. Some CS:GO skins literally go for thousands, even more. I actually played CS:GO, and I was actually LE. It's actually one of my favorite games of all time, and I actually dabbled into it quite a bit. I actually paid some tuition, but that's a different story. I actually made some money off that. And I actually really like it. I actually still have some of my inventory just sitting. Uh, Best item I have, I believe, is a Karambit Fade. That's what I have. I also have like a DT Vulcan minimal wear, if you guys know what that is. Uh, but that's just because I like playing with it. Yeah, love CS:GO, made me money, got a lot of you know, how do I say this? Had a lot of fun with friends as well, but that was a long time ago, way before YouTube, right? Back in the day, right? But I dabble a little bit with these like minor gambling and stuff like that. But I was gonna have it, but ever since then, YouTube kind of cracked down on it, and I know I can't do that on the channel. But what do you guys like? What do you guys like that? Oh, and by the way, I did 5 cards having your trade binder, I believe, around this time too, and those are gonna be my two top series. Then I dropped 5 cards having your trade binder. I believe this was around 100 subs though, right? Because it didn't do well. First one had like 17 to 20 views, believe it or not, for 5 cards having your trade binder. Didn't do well from on my channel. I brought back later on because I want to try again. Did all right, pretty okay. I was like, oh, okay, it did a lot better. I don't know. Then I think I did it for the third time, and then it did pretty good. I was like, all right, I'll keep it, right? So around, it took a little bit for 5 cards having your trade binder to like uplift on the ground, and now people, I'm not gonna say who, but someone said, "Hey man, we made a tier list. Like I was talking to some subs, we put it in S tier." I'm like, wow, that's pretty hot, right? So I know you guys love 5 cards time of your trade binder. Also, very quickly, just a reminder: if you guys are wondering why 5 cards time of your trade binder did come at the beginning of the month, I had that as a guest upload on YGO Paisano's channel. So if you guys, didn't know that, now you do, right? So sometimes I may have a guest upload for 5 cards time of your trade binder on another channel, but I might still do two on the channel, and I'm gonna make sure that for the first 5 cards out of your trade bar, it's not always a guest upload. Like, for example, if I was doing a guest upload on someone else's channel, I wouldn't do a guest upload of 5 cards out of your trade binder if I did one the month before, because I want to have you know, and if I'm not making sense clear, I apologize. But let's say first 5 cards out of trade binder was on YGO Paisano's channel. November 1st. On December 1st, I would have my 5 cards on my trade binder here. Even if I had a guest upload lined up, I'd do something else. Because I wouldn't want to have 5 cards on your trade binder a lot of the time on other people's channel. I definitely want to have it on majority on this channel. I don't want to go the first of the month twice in a row not having it on this channel. So hopefully that makes sense. But yeah, just let me know what you guys think of in the comment section below of the first original series and what cards you guys want me to go over in the next Market Watch. So with that being said, leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.